Alright, so before this video begins, I would just like to ask that we all be big boys and girls about this video and not get upset and or angry about what's going to be said in this video. Everything I state in this video are my own personal opinions and should be treated as such. As said before, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. That means that everyone is also entitled to comment their own opinions. If you have time, I do urge you to stay until the complete end of the video. Enjoy. So there's been a bit of drama surrounding an Instagram picture that's been floating around out there for about a week or so, and unfortunately I was one of the ones who got caught up in it. For the ones who don't know, this is the picture that I'm referring to right here. It's pretty ridiculous, I know, but there's actually a lot of people, mostly children, who are genuinely pissed about this, and the reason I've been caught up in this piss party, or whatever you want to call it, is because I've actually expressed my opinion about it, which, as most of you know, is not acceptable on the internet. See, if you're not very familiar with the internet, which I don't know why you'd be on YouTube if you're not, there's actually a different set of laws on the internet than there is in real life, one of them being no one is entitled to their own opinion. As ridiculous as it sounds, a lot of people actually abide by this so-called law of the internet. However, others don't really think so strongly about it and express their opinions anyway, which I have clearly already done, as you will see later on in the video. But I thought that it'd be kind of interesting to kind of set aside the fact that there are most likely thousands of upset children out there who are most likely trying to hunt me down and kill me for saying something that they don't agree with, and just talk about the picture itself for a minute. So if you couldn't tell by the title of this video is going to discuss whether or not the Call of Duty World War II game that's coming out in November is actually going to be copying Battlefield 1, which came out last year, and what I think really sparked the development for Call of Duty World War II. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Firstly, I'd like to go over some facts regarding the Call of Duty and Battlefield franchise. This is mainly so that I can debunk some of the crap that these children on Instagram and pretty much all over the internet have tried to brainwash others into believing. Firstly, a lot of people believe that Call of Duty was first to come out before Battlefield, and that Battlefield is actually copying Call of Duty instead of the other way around. However, this has been proven to be false, as Battlefield 1942, the very first Battlefield game in its franchise, came out on June 28, 2002, and the very first Call of Duty game came out in October 29, 2003. Also, I'd like to point out one other little tiny fact about both of these games. Both of them actually took place in World War II, so, in fact, sorry buddy, you're wrong. Now moving on to some slightly smaller facts, and this is actually in regards to the Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1 trailers. Infinite Warfare received over 30 million total views, 574,000 likes, and over 3 million dislikes, making it literally the most disliked gaming trailer on YouTube. Battlefield 1's trailer, on the other hand, received over 50 million views, 2 million likes, making it the most liked gaming trailer on YouTube, and 41,000 dislikes. So now I'm about to get into what I think sparked the development of Call of Duty World War II. So, for 3 years straight, the developers of the Call of Duty franchise never even paid a cent of attention to their fans. Ever since Advanced Warfare was released in 2014, fans didn't like it, they wanted something different than what they were getting, they didn't want the exoskeletons, they didn't want the wall running, and yet they got both of those things. The developers then proceeded to develop Black Ops 3 a year later, in which they kept the same concept of futuristic warfare by making a return with the same exact exoskeleton and wall running gameplay. Of course, fans did not like this and they made their opinions known, and yet they were continuously ignored as usual. The developers then proceeded to make another Call of Duty game, this one taking place in the vast emptiness of space. Everyone knows exactly what freaking Star Wars game I'm talking about. And of course, they return with the same exosuits, same wall running, and same freaking laser guns. Stuff that their used to be fans criticized them relentlessly about. Did they care? No, they did not. It's whatever could generate the biggest income that mattered to them. Not the fans, not the fans' opinions. That is, until the Battlefield 1 trailer made its debut in early 2016. The trailer received over 50 million views and over 2 million likes, making it literally the most liked gaming trailer on YouTube, thus putting Call of Duty in the dirt. Of course, the developers didn't like this outcome, as any other business or company wouldn't, but they wanted an outcome that would generate a lot of income. So what did they do? They proceeded to develop Call of Duty World War II, a somewhat parody of the already existing success Battlefield 1. Now, a lot of Call of Duty fans disagree with this theory, and I mean strongly disagree with this theory. Like this kid, for an example. Now, I know some developer or someone who's involved with Call of Duty World War II said that Call of Duty World War II was in development for over 3 years, but of course, anyone will say literally anything to save their asses from looking bad. All in all, do I think Call of Duty World War II is copying Battlefield 1? Yeah, kind of. I do most certainly feel that Battlefield's success this past year was a major influence for the development of World War II, but as a lot of people have already stated, Call of Duty World War II is taking place in, of course, World War II, as Battlefield 1 took place in World War I. So I do feel that they are somewhat following in EA's footsteps, but do I feel that they are copying every single aspect that they can off of Battlefield 1? No, I don't. Obviously, there's going to be some significant differences between these two games. For example, I'm sure World War II will reintroduce supply drops, while Battlefield, on the other hand, has never and probably will never take that route. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. With all that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.